An international premiere for a movie already taking mainland China's box office by storm. Overheard 2 is one of a series of productions screening at Hong Kong Film Week in London. The film's co-director, Alan Mak, says film industries in the United Kingdom and Hong Kong both stand to benefit from opening new doors.
I think London is a great city. Yeah, it's an international city. Different culture you can find in London, and I think it's a good chance to show your movie, show my own movie. First time out of China. The most important thing is you're doing your own movie, your own style, your own story. I think which will move the audience all over the world.
In this world capital to promote the business and financial opportunities of Asia's world city, the Hong Kong Trade Development Council worked with more than 50 partners from Hong Kong and Britain. The centerpiece of their efforts, a high-level symposium, which attracted about 700 business people.
The purpose of our meeting this morning is to demonstrate Hong Kong's unique advantage as Asia's business service center and how UK businesses can tap into the vast Asian market by using Hong Kong's world-class business platform.
But when you think of Asia, many people think of strong economies, vibrant emerging markets, and increasingly affluent consumers. And Hong Kong is a perfect entry point to the huge Asian market, as hundreds of British companies already know.
Events like this today are critical to rebalancing the UK economy away from the debt-fueled consumption of the last decade, and they offer you, the businesses here today, the chance to expand into new markets and seize new opportunities for growth. I encourage you all to make the most of the Think Asia, Think Hong Kong seminar to seek out the contacts and opportunities that can help take your businesses to the new level.
During the symposium, business people with a special interest in Asia found the advice they needed from about 100 representatives from government and private sector service providers from Hong Kong.
I was expecting people to come in and just ask for some information, and they ended up really having specific queries. They come in and say, yes, we want to go into China, we want to go into Hong Kong, and asking sort of more precise questions that I was expecting them to.
At the main symposium and a series of 8 thematic sessions, more than 60 speakers covered a wide range of opportunities.
But one dimension that really needs emphasizing is this concept of rebalancing. The plan really calls for a major shift in the Chinese economy away from an export-led growth model to a much more domestic consumption-driven model. And that shift, in my mind, is the key opportunity that is facing us in Hong Kong, and through Hong Kong, opportunity for the whole world.
When you think about Asia, think Hong Kong. When we think about Europe, we think about the UK. We think about London. It's this interesting comparison that, as the world develops, each place have its unique position.
There is the misapprehension that Hong Kong's future is diminished and its relationship with the UK is diminished, and it's important that it's completely untrue, and in fact the opposite's happened. Hong Kong is a great world city and has increased that role, and it's a great gateway, not into China, it is in China, but it's a great place to do business in China.
There was that famous phrase, of course, from the 19th century, "Go west, young man." I think the 21st century equivalent of this is "Go east, young person," just to update it suitably.
Think Asia, Think Hong Kong is of course not only reaching out to companies in the British capital. Related events are also taking place in Leeds as well as Edinburgh, and a technology-focused mission will carry on to Cambridge as well as Stockholm, Sweden, finding additional businesses interested in tapping the markets of Asia through Hong Kong. Rounding out events in London, a 28-year-old tradition. The Hong Kong Dinner in London involves political and business leaders gathering to celebrate as well as promote closer ties between these two dynamic business centers.
We have networks in education, cultural, creative industries, in the legal profession, with a lot of family and personal ties as well, and that's often what is most crucial. And this have historic roots, but are now transformed into a much more dynamic and forward-looking partnership.